All right, all right. Welcome back to Eyes Open Media. Prophet John here. Hope you guys are doing well. And I just finished a video about Snoop Dogg and apologizing to Gail. And so you guys can check out that video. But here is another apology. So we have Antonio Brown, the wide receiver from that used to be for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Then he got signed over to the Oakland Raiders, and all he had to do was be quiet for literally a weekend, and just be quiet and shut up, and he would have gotten like $32 million guaranteed, and he couldn't even do that. He couldn't even be quiet for 3 days over a weekend to get guaranteed 33 million dollars from the Oakland Raiders. So they cut him and let him loose for team obstruction and all types of crazy stuff. Though they let him go and they void his guaranteed money. He goes to the Patriots, the New England Patriots, and his locker room is right next to Tom Brady, and Tom Brady brings him into his house and invites him into his house, and all of a sudden he plays a game. He has a great game. The Patriots look like they're going to be the unbeatable team and go undefeated because they have weapons everywhere with Josh Gordon on one side, Antonio Brown on another side, Edelman as the slot, and and all of a sudden Antonio Brown is before the next game is texting a woman and threatening her on text messages, and then the public gets. I guess he sends that to the public, and the Patriots are forced to cut Antonio Brown, even though Brady and Belichick are screaming to not cut him. Let's see what don't just keep him on the team. Let's see what the NFL says about it. Let it play out. But Robert Kraft was told by the Zionists, because he's not in control. You think Robert Kraft is in control, but he's not. He's controlled by Zionists, and so he's forced to cut Antonio Brown by the Zionists. Anyways, he was supposed to cut him because the Patriots weren't supposed to win this year's Super Bowl. It was supposed to be an African American quarterback. We already discussed that. That's why they really forced Michael Kraft, Robert Kraft, whatever Bob Kraft, whatever his name is, to sell it to not sell, but to cut Antonio Brown, because an African American quarterback was supposed to win, and Patrick Mahomes did eventually win. Now imagine if Antonio Brown was on the Patriots. He would have spoiled he would have spoiled the whole season, because the Patriots wouldn't have lost the game, in my opinion. They literally would have went undefeated with Antonio Brown. And I'm thinking to myself, wait a minute. We're gonna get into the apology in here in a second, but I'm thinking to myself, wait a minute. If Tom Brady does come back to New England next year, I guarantee this is what Tom Brady should say. I want $30 million next year to play for the Patriots if I come back, but I also want Antonio Brown with me. Point blank. Now, Antonio Brown might go back to Pittsburgh after this, so we'll see. We'll see what happens. But look at this. Antonio Brown, mostly you, a little bit of me. I don't know what that means. Yee yee. You mean Angela Yee from the Breakfast Club? What is a yee yee? Anyways, I never realized how good I had it. Got caught up in my emotion with everyone coming after me. I really apologize for my actions. Sincerely, man. It's never been another connection like what we done in the past decade. I appreciate you. Sincerely, AB. Well, there was Joe Montana to Jerry Rice. But, that did happen. Randall Cunningham to Chris Carter, and Dante Culpepper to Randy Moss was crazy. Brady to Moss, undefeated season, right, until they got into the Super Bowl and lost to the Giants. That was crazy. That was record breaking. But that was only for 1 year. He's talking about for a whole decade, yeah. So you compare it to a whole decade, you would probably think of like Garcia to Terrell Owens and Jerry Rice for the 49ers, and Jerry Rice in Montana. and Steve Young to Jerry Rice as well. That combination for decades and decades, decades. It seems like all the real good combinations come from 49ers. Until the Pittsburgh Steelers found one from Ben to Antonio Brown. Unfortunately, they didn't find each other in the playoffs because their playoff records were horrendous, right? Together. So I know Ben won a Super Bowl, won two Super Bowls, and lost one. But that was before Antonio Brown, or Antonio Brown was like a rookie. I think the one they lost. So yeah, but anyways, this is what's going on, and we got another male, African American male, apologizing. This is a trend that's been going on for years, ladies and gentlemen. I think we're just recognizing it now. Most people are recognizing it now, but we've been literally African Americans have been doing this for years, apologizing. Now, Ben Roethlisberger used to go on his radio station or a radio station and literally spill the dirt of the team. And that's what really ticked off a lot of people. Okay. Now, I wonder what the running back, the guy who signed, I can't remember his name right now, the guy who signed to the Jets for big money, that sat out the year before, because they tried to franchise tag him or whatever in Pittsburgh. I forgot his name. That's how quickly running backs' names are forgotten. Even though he was one of the best running backs, he was basically the best running back in the decade. If you're talking about catches and running, Le'Veon Bell. Le'Veon Bell. There he is. Le'Veon Bell. I wonder what Le'Veon Bell is thinking about right now. I wonder if Le'Veon Bell feels betrayed by Antonio Brown right now. But at the same time, Le'Veon Bell probably thinks Antonio Brown is mentally ill, so it doesn't really matter what he thinks. He's all over the place. One day Antonio Brown is apologizing. The next day Antonio Brown is ranting on Twitter. The next day Antonio Brown is getting his baby mother arrested and calling her all types of names. The next day he's angry with his agent. The next day his agent is leaving him. Drew Rosenhauser, whatever his name is. The next day he's shouting at somebody else in a restaurant. The next day he's, I mean, it's literally bipolar mental illness that this guy is going through. And CTE could be definitely a big part of that as well, where his mood swings are just absolutely up and down. He doesn't even remember anything because of the CTE, and so he's just apologizing. Like, I did something wrong. Oh, okay, let me apologize. Like Ben Russellberg hasn't apologized, right? Once again, African Americans apologizing to people who have not even apologized. Snoop Dogg apologizing to Gayle King, and she hasn't even apologized to the Kobe Bryant family. She's like, oh, if you see the clip, then it looks really bad. I'm embarrassed about the clip, but I didn't apologize for it. And Snoop apologizing to Gayle King. Gayle King hasn't even apologized to the Kobe Bryant family for what she did. Or what even on behalf of CBS, she hasn't even done it. I don't even think CBS apologized. They just said we got Gayle King's back, and all the threats are unwarranted and reprehensible, or some word like that. I don't know what they were talking about. Ben Rutherford hasn't even apologized for the things that he's done. Ben Rutherford said, "Oh yeah, I made some mistakes, and I shouldn't probably said this and that on the radio, and blah 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 blah. In the locker room, we had some problems. Whatever. Let's keep moving on, right?" Here's Antonio Brown. I apologize to you. Like, this is a problem in the African American community. You apologizing to people that don't even apologize back, or don't even apologize for what they did. And you're quick to apologize. We're always quick to apologize. For some reason, it's only the African Americans that do this. I'm looking around. I know you never see Asians do this. You never see Caucasians do this. You never see any other race do this, but African American. Something, and that goes back to slavery. Like I said in the last video, is because we were taught to apologize and be sorry and apologize publicly during slavery. And so it's in our bloodstream to publicly apologize, even though the other people don't even want to apologize and don't even feel like they need to apologize. Ben Roethlisberger might say something in the coming weeks like, yo, I appreciate AB for what he said, and to me, because we had a great core out there on the football field. It was all football, nothing personal. We had, we just kept it on the football field, and we played. We did our thing. We had great numbers together, and I appreciate him for that. Ben, are you going to apologize? Ben, we can't. Ben, are you still there? We don't stay. See, these people stay on. Ben Roethlisberger is going to stay on code, right? I'll be shocked if Ben Roethlisberger apologizes for his actions against AB and Le'Veon Bell. I will be shocked. Okay, that would be something else. Maybe he will apologize, for his actions, and maybe he will write a written statement. That doesn't sound like Ben Roethlisberger, by the way, but we'll see. Especially if he wants AB back next year. Because Antonio Brown, he's getting help from the league. The league doesn't want to punish him. They want to help him. So we'll see if he can play next year. But if I'm Tom Brady, and I'm coming back to New England, I'm coming back with weapons. I'm not coming back by myself. I'm coming back. If I come back to New England next year, I'm coming back with weapons, and that's AB and maybe Amari Cooper's out there, right? The Dallas Cowboys haven't signed him yet. They could franchise Amari Cooper, but they're trying to maybe franchise Dak Prescott because they can't get a deal done with him, which is unbelievable and disrespectful. So Amari Cooper is a free agent. He might come into New England with Tom Brady and AB, right? So, but if I'm Tom Brady, I'm not coming back to New England without any weapons, right? And if I'm New England, if I'm Tom Brady, I'm on the phone with AB because either AB's coming with me back to New England, and possibly Amari Cooper and the Panthers tight end John Olsen. Is it John Olsen? Greg Olsen. Greg Olsen, the tight end from the Panthers, because he's now parted way with the Panthers, so he's a free agent as well. So if I'm Tom Brady, I'm not coming back to New England without AB and maybe Amari Cooper and Greg Olsen, the tight end. And I'm coming. We going to Super Bowl. Right now, if I can't come to England with them, I'm going to Las Vegas with them because I told you guys at the beginning of the year that on Twitter and on my other channel, Currency 365, that there's a great chance that Tom Brady is going to open up that stadium in Las Vegas as a Las Vegas Raider, right? But he's not going alone. He's going to be up there. He's going to go there with other people. Now, AB, they kicked AB out of the Raiders, earlier this year. So it'll be hard for him to come back. But it's a new city, new state, new city, Nevada, and he apologized. He's apologizing. He's on an apologize campaign. And if Tom Brady wants him, they were probably put up, and he apologizes. Then maybe it's a different story, especially if Greg Olsen comes with Tom Brady and down there, then they'll probably be like, okay, we got some veteran presence there. Tom is here. We will accept AB back in Vegas. So, and then most likely, maybe Amari Cooper says, I'm out. I'm going to Vegas too. Let's go play. Let's go win a Super Bowl and open up, that Vegas stadium out there. So, but anyways, if that doesn't happen, then AB could return to Pittsburgh and and finish out his career as a Pittsburgh Steeler. We'll see. We'll see because AB needs help, right? He needs help. He's mentally ill. He has bipolar and all types of stuff, and he needs to stay off of social media. That's his problem. His number one problem is that he needs to stay off of social media, right? And he won't stay off of social media. So he apologizes one week, and then he'll cuss you out the next week, and he'll forget what he said. He forget that he apologized to you. Like, oh snap! I apologized to you. I didn't even know. So, but this is what's going on. AB apologizes to Ben. Will Ben apologize to AB? Will Ben Roethlisberger apologize to the Pittsburgh Steelers? Will Ben Roethlisberger apologize to Le'Veon Bell? Right, for making the environment all terrible and saying things on his radio station, right? So who knows? If Ben stays on code, no, he won't. Right? But if he comes off of code, and he will apologize and say, "Hey, AB, come back. We miss you. We want you back on here, and let's go. Let's go win a championship." So we'll see if Ben Roethlisberger apologizes or makes a statement about AB's apology, and if he has, and maybe he might come on. They might put Ben on first take and say, "Hey, do you want AB back next year if he's available?" Ben would probably be like, "Yo, we got the people in here that can win. And that's gonna be up to the coaches." And then they'll be like, "So Ben, are you gonna apologize to AB for the actions that you did?" And Ben's gonna be like, I have to go. The Pizza Hut is calling me. We got to do a sponsorship over here." That's how it is, man. And I'm not gonna blame Ben for that, because if you staying on code, you staying on code, and I'm gonna respect those who stay on code. Peace out, God bless, and I'll see you guys in the next video. And my goodness gracious, African Americans apologizing like never before. I mean, everybody is apologizing. Peace out, God bless. This is embarrassing. Peace out, God bless. Eyes open.